Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. We have some breaking news. I wanted to get it to you as quick as I could, okay? Aubrey Drake Graham versus UMG Recordings, okay? This is the defamation lawsuit where Drake sued UMG for promoting Not Like Us. It was a defamation lawsuit, and Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us was in the center of this lawsuit. That lawsuit has been dismissed today by Judge Jeanette A. Vargas, United States District Judge. So that was dismissed today. The case as of now is over unless there's some type of appeal or something. But again, the Drake lawsuit versus UMG for defamation with Kendrick Lamar and his lyrics of Not Like Us square in the center of it, that case has officially been dismissed, and I'll put it on the screen. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. We'll do a deep dive. I did print out the whole, it's a 38-page document. I printed out the whole thing. I started reading it. I'm not going to lie. I got to run out. Look, I have a dear friend of mine that has a fundraising event for his job tonight. I got to show up, man. You got to show up for your day ones. This is my day one before anything in the music industry or whatever. So I'm showing up, man. We're going to support my boy. But I'll come back later tonight and speak more in depth, but we're going to read some of this. I'm going to read some of this. I just wanted to get the news out to you. We're going to read some of this, and we'll come back. I'll come back tonight, do another video talking about what it all means, and I'll do a deeper dive. But please like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that. You know, we've been following this case since the beginning. So Jeanette Vargas, United States District Judge, says this case arises from perhaps the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history. The vitriolic war of words that erupted between superstar recording artist Aubrey Drake Graham and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth in the spring of 2024. Over the course of 16 days, the two artists released 8 so-called diss tracks with increasingly heated rhetoric, loaded accusations, and violent imagery. The penultimate song of this feud, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, dealt the metaphorical killing blow. This is the court saying this. This is the judge saying this. The song contains lyrics explicitly accusing Drake of being a pedophile, set to a catchy beat and propulsive bass line. Not Like Us went on to become a cultural sensation, achieving immense commercial success and critical acclaim. Both Drake and Kendrick Lamar have recording contracts with defendant UMG Recordings. Drake alleges that UMG intentionally published and promoted Not Like Us while knowing that the song's insinuations that he has sexual relations with minors were false and defamatory. Drake has brought this action against UMG for defamation, harassment in the second degree, and violation of Section 349 of the New York General Business Law. But before the court is defendant's motion to dismiss pursuant to Rule 12b-6 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure because the court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion. The motion to dismiss is granted. So it's all there in that first section. Now remember, the lawsuit was submitted. The complaint was submitted by Drake and his team. UMG put forth a motion to dismiss, and then Drake and his team submitted an amended complaint. So they changed some language in the complaint and submitted a new complaint, basically with the same thing at the heart of it, changed some of the language, cleaned it up. So then UMG had to file a second motion to dismiss the amended complaint. Through that time, they also, UMG filed a motion to halt discovery. Discovery is Drake's team requesting documents from UMG so they can start to build their case. So that was the whole, people were disposed, people went through depositions, the whole Kojo situation where they served him, and things started coming out. It was all part of the discovery. UMG said, until the court dismisses, until the court rules on our motion to dismiss, can you please halt discovery? The judge said no, because this is going to take several months. The judge said, that this would take several months and we don't want to waste time here. So we're not going to halt discovery. And, UMG can object on different items on a case by case basis, and the judge will rule on that. But the discovery went on, so they were preparing to go for this case, but UMG the whole time felt that the case should be dismissed, and today the judge honors it. I'll just show you the last page on here too, where you can see the judge's just signature on it. Conclusion. This is the last page. Defendant's motion to dismiss is granted. The clerk of the court is respectfully directed to terminate ECF note numbers 42, 78, and 81, and to close the case so ordered. Case closed. So dated October 9th, 2025, New York, New York, signed by Jeanette A. Vargas, United States District Judge. So there you have it. Look, I said before, you do this whole thing, and this was just me being truthful and honest about the way that I felt. And we can get into it. We can get into some more of it later tonight or something. But this was a rap battle. Like by nature, it is art, first of all, and what I think doesn't matter. It's what the judge thinks, and the judge may have a whole different reasoning. And we'll get into this because I read some of the judge's reasoning. But I thought for Drake to sue after a rap battle, a lot of people said, well, he's not suing Kendrick, he's suing UMG. UMG is wrong for this. UMG's business practices. Look, I want to see artists get a fair shake every single time. So, if UMG did something wrong to an artist, I get it. A lot of the narrative was like, well, Drake is fighting for the artist. He's fighting for the little guy. If that was the intention, I get it. Good. We should have more of that. We should challenge how business is done in this industry. But suing after you lost a rap battle and putting the diss song square, like the whole thing is centered around Not Like Us, putting lyrics in court, using that, I didn't think that was the right move. Like I didn't think that that was the way to go about it. It didn't sit right with me. More nuanced than this, but essentially losing a rap battle and suing because you lost, or suing after you lost, just didn't sit right with me. And the fact of the matter is, and the judge talks about a lot of this. We'll go over this in the second video. The fact of the matter is while Kendrick hurled insults for sure, so did Drake, because that's the nature of rap battles. There is, oh man, I'm gonna go through this later. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it. But there is the judge taking into account tailor-made. It's in this document. It's in this document right here. The judge taking into account tailor-made, and Drake with the Tupac AI voice say, hey, tell him I like young girls. That's a gift from me. And Not Like Us, and lines and Not Like Us being a response to that. So, the judge, from what I understand, is just like, hey, you just can't take Not Like Us as if it dropped out of the sky. This existed in a larger back and forth in the battle. This is the nature of rap battle. This is art. This is whatever. But I don't want to say too much, because I don't want to misquote. I don't want to mislead. I don't want to misrepresent what is going on here. But the fact is that the case has been dismissed. It'll be interesting. I believe, I'm not 100% sure. I believe Drake can appeal the decision. I don't know if he will. I don't know legally what his rights are here. I have to look into that, so I'll get back to you for that. But as of right now, this case is closed. This case is dismissed. The judge said, nah, it's done. So a lot of conversation about what happens next. What does that do? Because this is a real unprecedented move in hip hop. Kendrick is just finishing up his tour, his GNX tour. I think he has Australia dates left, and I think those are the last of the dates. Drake has Iceman still on the way, even though we haven't gotten a live stream in a while. So what happens there? You know what I'm saying? Like what happens next? I think part of this, again, we're gonna go into more of a deep dive about what this says here. So I'll be back. And then I think there's a further conversation to have in the coming days about, well, what happens next? Where do we go from here? So we're gonna talk about it. But hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. All right. Wow. Big news, man. So we're here. Hit me in the comments, let me know. All right. Till the next time. Peace.